It's Kitchen Courses with Kate and Eric.
Pot pie?
Chicken pot pie. Turkey pot pie.
Turkey pot pie.
Leftover turkey pot pie.
Who doesn't always have like a whole bag of turkey left over from Thanksgiving? It's just
people that don't eat turkey at Thanksgiving.
Whoops. So, for all of you non-turkey eating folks at Thanksgiving, I apologize. This is not one you're gonna have leftovers for.
Unless they ate quail or chicken. If you have leftover Thanksgiving meat.
Yes. Or any type. Actually, that's a really good point because my little fun fact about pot pie. So I did a little research. And within the kind of the Western world, from a Eurocentric kind of perspective, you have meat pies coming out of the Greeks and the Romans, which get taken up in the 16th century in England, which turn into kind of pot pies or hand pies. They actually were made because you made pot pies with leftover turkey, leftover meat scraps. So the origin was to use like good pieces of meat that were kind of, you just have the leftover scraps and turn it into a pot pie.
Sure, the people who make frozen pot pies aren't using the best cuts of meat either.
No, and I think this you could easily make. You could use ham. You could use beef. I'm just thinking, and I actually think it would be good even if you didn't even put meat in it. Like you could make it vegetarian, not vegan, but vegetarian. And just put like extra mushrooms in it? What do you think?
That sounds delicious. Also, I like a good mushroom.
There were mushrooms in it. We put mushrooms in it, right? But you
more
just
mushrooms.
Put more mushrooms.
If every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. And if every turkey slice was perfect, we wouldn't have pot pie. to turn a phrase from Steven Universe.
I love when I get the quote like after, like, because I'm like, is Eric just like waxing poetic here about like turkey and other like meats? What's going on? In any case, is there any other fun thing?
I'm not a beat poet. I'm a meat poet.
He is. He's a poet. He doesn't even know it. Mm? Do you think that's enough footage for the podcast?
That Pillsbury pie crust was amazing.
Oh, so can I just throw... So just for the pie crust, you know, you might have... Sometimes you have a leftover pie crust, even if you've made the pies, if you just have some leftover dough, you could easily do that. The Pillsbury is actually very good, and I like the Pillsbury dough. I will say that this... you could do this in individual little ramekins, but I like to serve up like a pot pie, like a family-style pot pie.
Family style. Freestyle.
If you have frozen vegetables or frozen fruits and you're not going to use the whole bag, you can kind of cut off just the end, and then when you're done with what you're using, you can just wrap up the rest like this, and then use the top to tie it, and you don't need anything else. You can just throw it back in the freezer that way.
That's so genius.
Thanks. I read it somewhere, so I'm not the genius one, but somebody else had a brilliant idea.